Okay, so in this class I'm going to look at using the internal division of a line segment formula, which just says this. At this point here in this form, I won't read it all out, you can look at that yourself, we'll divide a line segment with endpoints x1, y1 and x2, y2 in the ratio a is to b. So what we do is identify the endpoints x1, y1 and x2, y2. We identify the ratio a is to b, and then we just plug those values in here into this formula. Essentially, it's very straightforward. It looks like a complicated formula, but it's really not. It's really straightforward, and we derive that formula by just doing what we did with the rise and the run, but just calling the endpoints x1, y1 and x2, y2, and the ratio a is to b. Notice that will have two sides. The first side has a part, second side has b parts, so the total number of parts will be a plus b. So you just can do a kind of general version. I'm just going to look at one example and just use the formula, and it's going to be as simple as that. So we're looking for the point A that divides the line segment with endpoints at P and Q in such a way that P to A is to A to Q is equal to 2 is to 1. Okay, so the ratio of P is to A is to Q is to 2 is to 1. And we actually did this exact same example in the previous lesson, but just using kind of counting, I suppose, using the rise, using the run, counting the parts, and all that way. So much more visual method. This is really just using a formula. So notice the ratio here is A is to B. So A in the formula here is 2 and B in the formula is 1. The other thing is the first coordinate here, x1, y1, is going to be 0, -1. And the second point in the formula is going to be 3, 8. So this is my first x coordinate, x0. This is my second x coordinate, 2. My first y coordinate, -1. My second y coordinate, 8. So we're just going to find the point A. So the point A is going to follow the formula. Well, it's b times x1. B here is 1, multiplied by x1, the first x coordinate here is 0, plus a times x2. Well, a is 2, and the second x coordinate up here is 3. And that's all divided by b plus a. The total number of parts in the ratio is 3. 2 plus 1. And then we just find the y coordinate by b times y1. B is 1. Times the first y coordinate, which is -1. Plus a times y2. A in the ratio is 2. Times the second y coordinate is 8. And that's just divided by the total number of parts in the ratio, which again is 2 plus 1 is 3. And then it's just solving. On the top here you get 6. 6 over 3 is 2. On the top here you get -1 plus 16, which would be 15 over 3 is 5. So A is the point. 2, 5. In the previous lesson, I did exactly the same question. However, I used a more visual approach. This is using a more algebraic approach, just plugging numbers into a formula, I guess. Practice both methods. I think the run and rise method works better if everything divides nicely in. I think probably the formula works out better if things don't divide nicely in. So if I was breaking a run of 5 up into 3 parts, well, that doesn't go in nicely. So maybe I might be better using the formula then. But really, it's just a personal preference. For me, I would almost never use the formula. I would always try to think visually, but that's just the way my brain works. So really, it's a choice. Okay, so that's 4.4 complete. I won't be doing another lesson on that section. Make sure you practice as many as you can. Practice, practice.